How has a hospital visit ruined your life? I F34 had my son in March of this year. My life has been a series of one horrible event after another, but I've always been relatively optimistic, try to find my part in things, and understand things will always work out one way or another. After changing my life and living clean and sober, I met the love of my life, and we decided to start a family. Everything was absolutely perfect, which is something I've ever been able to say. So, March of this year comes around, and I start having contractions. We go to our previously chosen hospital and contact my OB-GYN. Everything went smoothly until the morning after I gave birth. I went to the nursery to breastfeed my son, and was immediately told that I couldn't breastfeed due to a presumptive positive substance test. I was absolutely stunned. I've dedicated my life to recovery, so I knew there had to be a mistake. I requested a repeat test, only for that one to be positive, as well. I was absolutely distraught by what was happening. After talking to my OB-GYN, he stated that the particular psych med I was on often caused false positives. My son was happy and healthy with no signs of withdrawal, and rather than doing a presumptive dipstick test, we could do a more definitive test which would show I was being truthful. Fast forward to that afternoon. DCS shows up due to the positive substance test and interviews both me and my spouse. I happily worked with them, knowing that everything was just a horrible mistake, and they seemed to be very understanding. They sent me out for a hair follicle test, a repeat urine test, and tested my son's meconium, and we waited on results. Later that day, I asked when we could take my son home, and a doctor I've never seen before came into the room, woke my sleeping baby, shined a light in his eyes, pulled him up by his arms, and when he started fussing, she said he was clearly having withdrawal from drugs, and was placed in the neonatal ICU. I explained the situation with my psych meds, and she was less than understanding. Per protocol, I was forced to keep him there for 5 days for his withdrawal symptoms, and every step of the way, I had nurses berating me, insinuating I was a horrible mother and stating that I deserved to have my son taken away, and frequently insinuating that my son was suffering as a result of my substance use. They went as far as giving him morphine for his withdrawal symptoms, because he wouldn't stop fussing. There's so much more to the story about how they didn't feed him. We made them call us before giving him morphine so we could comfort him before they attempted to medicate him, and so many other things, but I'll keep it relatively brief. After 5 days, we took my son home with a safety plan from DCS, and after another 7 days, results of my hair follicle test, quantitative substance screen, and my son's meconium came back, all negative. I never received an apology from the hospital, and to top it off, I was reported to the board of nursing due to my profession, and I have since had my nursing license inactivated, am on the verge of losing my job, because I can't legally work, and am being charged almost $800 a week to do therapy, see doctors, submit substance tests, and do nursing groups all to prove I've been sober. My life is literally falling apart, and I can't find my part in it. I literally showed up to have my son, and things have all been downhill. Does anyone have advice on what I can possibly do? I even tried getting a lawyer, and everyone automatically refuses, because they don't deal with DCS, even though the case was closed and unsubstantiated. Any advice is more than appreciated.